Hi ladies, we are very close to 8 o'clock Central Time, so 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So I'm going to wait just a second and see who else might jump on here. Green tea. Okay, I see Christina, or is it Krista? Did I say your name right, Krista? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up so that I know for sure my volume's working. Hi, Krista. Hi. Can you hear me okay? Before there's a bunch of people on here, let me just say thanks for having me. This is fun. I love to share. It's how we all get great ideas. Okay. Okay. Hi, Laura. Okay, more people are jumping on. I'm going to go ahead and get started. And if you can't hear me or something's not going right, just type it into the comments there and let me know, and I'll change course a little bit. But I'm excited to share with you guys. We've got some fun ideas that Tom and I have been using, and then we also have things we've learned from lots of people. If you've been in Premiere for more than a hot minute, you know that this is a family and we share ideas, and the best ideas come from everybody around us. So yes, Krista. Okay, sorry, Krista. I love that name. Okay, so what I'm going to share with you though is increasing your retail by working smart. And if you were at the Dallas area regional rally, you actually heard me train on the same thing there. So you'll hear some very similar things in this, but I have some actual handouts that I can show you, and then I'm also going to post them here on the site when we're done tonight. So let me just get started. I'm going to use the acronym SMART because that'll just kind of get through it and keep me on course. So S is actually for start at the point of booking. Your retail actually matters from the moment you schedule that show, okay? So, for example, if you're at a show and you go through your booking activity and you have this person either at a point of yes during your booking activity or maybe at checkout, which is step 2, which I hope all of you are asking again at checkout, but you're getting that yes and you're getting them on the calendar. As soon as you do that, pull out your hostess packet. As soon as you have your hostess packet, go ahead and open that up. What I do at checkout is I fill in their date of their show, their time. I put their name on it so they know this is theirs and they're taking it home with them. And then I also pull out of it right away with them sitting there. Let's say, for example, Melody Box, who I know is a part of this group. I'm going to use her as my pretend hostess. Melody, you know what? I'm so excited to do this show with you. We're going to have a great time at your style session. So what I would love for you to do is actually see this sheet. And yes, I used the old 40 guests in 4 minutes sheet, and I'll repost it if you want it. See this sheet? I am going to have you take this and just run over there to the couch, sit down for like 5 minutes, pull out your phone, use the contact list on your phone, and just fill in as many as you can from here. And you know what? Bring that back to me. As soon as you bring it back, I have a free piece of jewelry for you. I have them start their guest list right now, and here's why. What I found is the most common concern that ladies have, other than, you know, I just don't know anybody, is who is going to come? Who is coming to my show? And if you can help them overcome that right away, that show is way more likely to hold. So go ahead and help them through it right now, as soon as you have that on the calendar. Just doing that one thing has helped us hold on to way more shows because we know right off the bat who it is that this person is going to invite, okay? So then they bring this back to me at checkout. They bring back their guest list, and I tell them I want at least 20 names on here. 9 times out of 10, it's 30 or 40 before they bring it back to me. But I have them take this and go and put it in your hostess packet. You're taking this home with you, and I'm going to send you a text, an email that you can send out to everybody on this list and start inviting them. But I would love it if you and I can go ahead and schedule a time to chat on Fridays, because things come up, things happen. And if we have a time to chat on Fridays, maybe it's something that I can help you with, and I don't want it to stress you out at all. So what's a good time for me to call you on Fridays? And Fridays I have what I call follow-up Fridays. My day is full of times that I call my hostesses. And so my hostesses know to hear from me on Fridays. So that's a really good thing, because if you are in touch with your hostesses once a week and they're starting to hear a bunch of no's, or they're having trouble getting pre-sales, or their friends are canceling on them, you can talk them through it and they're way less likely to panic and cancel that show. They're also more likely to work on their pre-sales, which ups your retail. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But let me move on to M. M is for make it fun. Fun is the name of the game. We are in a fun business. We want it to stay fun. We want people to look at what you do and go, man, that looks fun. So we want it to be fun from the get-go. So as soon as you get her guest list from her, pull out this. This is their hostess tic-tac-toe sheet. You can make it any form that you want. I'll post mine and feel free to alter it. But I pull this out and my first square says guest list. And I say, you can go ahead and mark that one off. We did that tonight. But we have some other things that we're going to be visiting about. And we're going to start with the save the date next. I'm going to send you that text we talked about, and I just want you to send it out to everybody you just made that list for. Can you do that? And then when we talk on Friday, I'm going to give her the next step, the next box on that tic-tac-toe, so that it's just one thing at a time, and I'm walking her through this great show she's going to have. This all helps to boost the retail for that one show. But it makes it fun too, because she's playing tic-tac-toe along the way. Another option, another thing that we've tried within the last year that I love, we kind of go back and forth between the tic-tac-toe and this idea, but another option is to award tickets to your hostess for participating in the weekly challenge that you give her. So if she finished her guest list, she gets a ticket in the monthly drawing. If she sends out her save the date, she gets a ticket. If she collects a pre-sale order, she gets a ticket. And every month, for all your hostesses, do a drawing, just a random drawing. I have a Facebook group for my hostesses and my customers. It's Rosie's Fashion Friends. And on there, I'll do a monthly drawing and I give something away. It could be anything. It could be a free piece of jewelry. It could be a scarf from incentives. It could be whatever you want it to be. But they are earning tickets to be in that prize drawing. So that's another way to kind of keep them motivated to keep doing things for their show that's fun. Now, as far as the show itself, keep that fun. Keep the time that you're there to actually speak short. It's not the Rosie show. It's, hey, they're here to hang out with their friend, to support their friend, to see the jewelry, and to shop and spend time together. So we need to keep that in mind when we're doing our presentation, that it is not all about, hey, this has got to look perfect and polished. It just needs to be fun. Laugh with them. Enjoy your time with them. But also play some fun little game. I use Diva Dollars at my game, and whoever gets the most Diva Dollars at the end wins a prize. And it's always fun to have some sort of a prize. But another important part about your show, and I learned this this last year hugely, when my guests come in, I don't overwhelm them with what I hand to them. So I just use this little lap board from Incentives. It's the half size. I put in there a style guide, and then I put in there my survey. Now my survey, and I'll post this too, is two-sided. The front side has, you know, their information and then the questions that I ask. The back side is their wish list. And I actually hand them this side first. And I ask them if they will follow me over to the table. And I want you to go ahead and start filling in everything you love. Write down every piece that you love and start making a wish list. It's free to wish, so go nuts. And here's the great thing about this, ladies. What I've learned is when you get them in the jewelry right away, they are excited about it. And I tell them, we're going to play a little game later, and you're going to want a lot of names on this list. They're shopping. They're digging into this jewelry right away. And you know how sometimes we have somebody who has to leave? She can't stay for the whole show. I can only be here 30 minutes. Okay, great. You've already got her shopping. So before she leaves, she may just star the things that she loves, and you've got her information on the back. Give her a call. You have her order already. It's done. So she's not going to leave, and I'll call you later with my order. It's 50-50 as to whether that will happen or not. So now you already have her order. You just need to get her payment for it. So that's another really good part for your retail. Make sure you're taking advantage of that beginning time when people are there and they're excited to be there. Get them shopping as quickly as possible. So as soon as somebody comes in the door at one of my shows, they get a name tag. So I call them by their name and they get their wish list and I get them shopping. So we shop for about 15 or 20 minutes before the show actually starts. And then we do the short little show and then we get right back to shopping. So lots and lots of shopping time in your shows. Okay, A. A is for always replace a show with a show. This is without exception. Always replace a show with a show. And if you don't get a show from any one of your current style sessions that you're doing, it's really important to go home and do that homework to put one on your calendar. Because if you don't, you're going to run out and your business is not going to just duplicate itself without that effort. So how do we do that? We've got a lot of great tools at our disposal, and Premier takes very, very good care of us. We have an awesome hostess plan. They add to it with all these great promotions that they put out. Plus, they keep the jewelry line so on trend and so awesome that it's a fun thing that we can share. But what you can always do is pull out your surveys, and you've got all of this customer information. I hope you're using surveys. I really do. Because if you've got all of this customer information, you can go back and you can call these people and you can thank them for coming to the show, and you can let them know, you know, when you came to Melody's show, I just have to thank you. We had so much fun. I hope you had a good time. But did you know that you coming and placing that order, you helped Melody to earn $158 in free jewelry. Thank you so much. That's a big deal to tell them because they may not have any idea what that hostess got. So I love to tell them, yeah, you did that. Isn't that cool? And you know what? It was simple. It was really simple. And I would love to do something similar for you. We could totally cater it to whatever your needs are and make it super, super simple for your busy lifestyle. But I would love to do this for you. What do you think? Follow-up phone calls a lot of times will lead to something else. It may not be the same kind of show that you did before. Premier has opened up the virtual show thing to us now, and that is awesome. But we have these many different types of shows that we can do for someone, and just be willing to ask for it. Follow-up phone calls are huge. Another thing is wearing the jewelry everywhere you go. And when you wear the jewelry, always have something that you can give to someone to get that conversation past just, oh, that's pretty, thank you. It needs to go a little bit further than that. And actually, I think I got this from Jane Francis. What she was saying at one point early on was that we could create a digital business card. And I did this, and I will tell you, this has changed huge amounts of communication with people that I meet out and about. Because if you have a digital business card on your phone, you can create a pic collage that has your name, your phone number, and your personal website on it. And then I text that to people. I tell them, you know what, this is a line that I rep, and I would be happy to send you my catalog link, and then I can even send you a customer discount card. But I need your phone number, and I just get my phone out, and I'll say, so what's your number? And I'll attach it, and I'll send it to them right there. Now, and tell me your name too, so I can go ahead and put that in so I know who you are when you respond. And so I have their phone number now. Huge. And I tell them, oh, I'll call you tomorrow, and you can let me know what you found that you love so much, and I'll send you that discount card. You're creating the next step. Because what I found is giving out a bunch of business cards, giving out a bunch of style guides or catalogs, they don't call you back. I've done this for 13 and a half years. I have never, not one time, had anyone call me back. You have to do the work. You have to call them. And so now with a digital business card that you're texting out to people, you have their information and you can call them. So that's a big thing too. Another big thing on this is Melody Box actually did an awesome training this last Saturday, actually 2 Saturdays ago now, at our area training. And it was for a fantastic verbiage on texting bookings. And if it's okay with her, I'm going to post that on here a little bit later, because let me tell you what happened. It was the coolest thing. We're sitting there in this row of 3, me and a couple of girlfriends, and Melody tells us, she gives us this challenge, text this out to people, and then at the end of the training, we're going to see if you guys get any bookings. Just from the 3 of us, We booked 12 shows texting this out. 12 shows. It was the coolest thing. So I'm going to put the verbiage on here, and I challenge each and every one of you to do the same thing. It's amazing. So if you need these bookings, this is a great start for it. But you do have to do a little bit of work. You know, whatever it is, you got to do a little bit of work. But it's fun work. Have a good time with it. Okay, I'm going to move on to R. And R is repeat after me. You ready? Pre-sales, pre-sales, pre-sales. That's what it is. Because if you help your hostess to hit that pre-sale bonus, the original date is really a lot easier than the pre-sale bonus, but if you will work with her and you will help her to hit her pre-sale bonus, 9 times out of 10, that show will hold because you have a great tool in your pocket. You can always have a conversation with her about, hey girl, you've done the hard work. It's a show. I've got free jewelry for you. You only have to have one person there. You have that in your pocket that you can pull out at any time. And let me just tell you a little story. I actually have a girlfriend who she does a show with me a couple of times a year, and she always has a fantastic show. And a big reason why is because she has family that lives out of the area. And her mom and her sister always get the newest catalog and they shop. Well, on occasion, I can get in touch with them ahead of time, and not only do they shop, but they take it to their work, and they each collect orders from friends as well. And so this particular time, my friend Cynthia was having her show, and we live here in North Texas, and the weather isn't always great in the springtime. And her show fell on a weekend where there were tornado issues happening around here. Well, with tornado sirens going off and everything, she calls me and says, I don't think I can do this. I'm not going to ask my friends to come out in this weather. Of course, I'm like, you know what? I get it. I totally understand. But Cynthia, we have $650 in pre-sales. That's a lot. That's awesome. So why don't we do this? Instead of having your 2 o'clock show like we planned on, let's push it way back. Wait until all of this blows through. It doesn't take that long to blow through. But let's start at like 4 or 5 o'clock. You only need one person there. And get this, the difference in the amount of free jewelry went from, if she held it as a show, with only the sales we have right now, she was going to get $245 in free jewelry. If we just turned it in as a catalog show, it was going to be $130. Huge difference. And when I told her that, she went, yeah, we're going to just move it back and do it a little bit later. So at 5 o'clock, we started her show. She had 2 or 3 people there. The show ended up being a $900 show. She was a little disappointed because she only had 2 or 3 people, but it was a $900 show. And she got a lot of free jewelry. And I booked another event. It was fantastic. We had a great time with our small little show, and everybody was telling their fabulous storm stories and all that fun stuff. We like to get together and gab anyway, so this was just another great excuse. But this show happened because she had her pre-sales done. That's a big deal. Pre-sales are huge. And if you're in contact with these hostesses on a weekly basis, you can help them with who else to talk to about pre-sales. One of the things that I use to help with that is this sheet that I also put into the hostess packet. It's like a guest list sheet, but instead this is who we are going to invite to shop. Not to come to the show, just invite to shop. These are people like in-state family that live too far, family who live out of state, past coworkers, past neighbors, and friends who live too far to come. So these people get a separate invitation. Rather than the invitation that says, hey, I'm doing a style session on this day at this time, I want you to come, it says, I'm putting together an order with Premier Designs Jewelry. I'm so excited about their newest line, and I want to share it with you. I am putting this order in with Rosie on this day at this time. Please let me know by blank when or what it is that you would like. Well, I give them a week before, like say the show is happening March 15th. I back up 7 days from that. And so on the 8th is when that deadline would be for those pre-sales, because I want them to have that kind of cushion to get payment and everything to me before the show actually happens. But it is a great way to make sure we're including people who are outside of the area who can't really come but still want to be supportive. They still want to see the jewelry. They still want to be a part. And you're going to have some great people who jump in and are a part of what you're doing without getting missed. Okay? Even if they're not in the area. So pre-sales are big. I also mentioned this, and that's a big thing too. You may have heard of it called Secret Girlfriend or something like that. And that you can definitely use Secret Girlfriend. That's a great option. But another great thing to remember is your people who are big shoppers outside of the area, make sure that you are encouraging them to ask around. Share that catalog link and give them some incentive. For Cynthia's mom and sister who always shop, this last time that we did this and they got so many pre-orders, I just told them, girls, if you get up to $200 or more, if you get at least $200 in pre-sale orders, in orders before Cynthia's show, I have a free piece of jewelry for you. And it's a piece of retired jewelry that I just send them. I pick it out based on kind of their style of things that they normally shop for. So if they're big hematite people, I would send them a hematite piece, that kind of thing. But I send them a free piece of jewelry as a thank you because they've collected pre-sale orders for Cynthia's show. A bunch of pre-sale orders. So yeah, that's worth a free piece of jewelry. Or I let them shop at half price themselves, something. But give them some sort of an incentive. So that's a big one. Let's see. What else am I forgetting? Okay, let me move on to T. T is themes. Themes are fun. Ladies love choices, but not too many. We have to be careful with how many choices we give because then we can't make up our mind. If you take me into DSW, it takes me forever to make up my mind. But if you just show me 2 pairs of shoes, I can pick one. So it's a lot of fun to have choices. Just keep it kind of narrow. So I'm going to give you some of the options that we have, and I would just encourage you to pick 4, maybe 5 for your own surveys that you use at your shows. But these are some of the ones that I've kind of gone through and that I love. Virtual show, of course, is a new option that we have. Thank you, Premier, for allowing that. It includes more people in our circle that we otherwise would have missed. So virtual shows. Birthday bash. A birthday bash is simply a girls' night with some of your best friends. It can be any time during the month of your show. During the month of your birthday. And everyone who comes to your birthday party is going to get a gift card to shop as their party favor for coming to your birthday party. And also, I'm going to bring you a cake because it's your birthday. So your snacks are taken care of. Your friends are going to be excited. That's a birthday bash. Another one is Blingo. We play bingo with jewelry. So as the guests come in, instead of giving them a wish list, I'm giving them a blank bingo card and they're writing in names, pieces of jewelry that they like. And at the end of the show, we actually play bingo to give out a prize or 2. So that's another fun option. A 3-2-1 fun. 3-2-1 fun is simply collect 3 orders from anybody, anywhere, grab 2 girlfriends who live close, and meet me for 1 hour at a coffee shop or for dessert somewhere. And I guarantee you at least $100 in free jewelry. So 3 outside orders, 2 girlfriends, 1 hour. It's going to be awesome. So that's a 3-2-1 fun. It's kind of a new spin on you and 2. Okay. Fundraisers. We offer fundraisers. That's another great option. Of course, we do our style sessions where we like to personalize what we bring. I love to utilize the style quiz. If we can make sure the hostess gets that out to her friends and really get them to utilize the style quiz, it's so much fun. But really personalize your shows and do something in your show that really you love, that you're excited about, and that'll get them excited too. The Jewelry Lovers Club. I want everyone to write that down. Jewelry Lovers Club. Here's the thing with Jewelry Lovers Club. And I'm going to pause here for a minute and give you some more detail. This one thing, we started our first Jewelry Lovers Club in November of 2015. And doing this doubled our retail. Just this one thing. It is awesome. Because what we learned is not everyone wants to have a show. Not everyone wants to have a style session. But ladies love to shop. So Jewelry Lovers Club is a shopper's club. That's what it is. So at the Jewelry Lovers Club, it works like this. I get 12 women, up to 12 women. It can be as few as 6. but my goal is 12. I want 12 women who want to shop once a month with a $30 minimum, and they take turns in the next 12 months getting the free jewelry. Okay, so they're all in agreement that they're going to shop from one another's show. I'm going to collect the orders, and they take turns getting the free. I assign which month they get, but this goes on for 1 full year. It's a guaranteed $330 in pre-sales if you fill a group with at least 12 women. If you fill a group with only 6, it's still a guaranteed $150 in pre-sales because they're shopping from each other's group. It's really fun and it's awesome. And it's a guaranteed show for you every single month that you have one of these shows, okay? So let me give you a little more information on this. I always have tons of questions. So I collect the women. I might meet them at a show. People are interested at shows in it because, again, they like to shop, not necessarily wanting to do their own show. But I meet them at shows. It might be past customers or hostesses that I send an email or a text to. I can put an example of one of the texts that I send out on this site if that will help. And I can even post the email that we send out for it to get people interested. The key to that, though, is don't just send it out and expect them to come flooding back in. You do have to call them and follow up because they will have questions and not be absolutely sure what you're talking about. So you will have to send it out and then follow up. But it works amazingly well if you'll do that. Each lady in the group is assigned a month within the next year. I assign them. I don't let them pick the month because I find I did try it that way. I just find that those groups fill a lot slower because you might have a lady who's waiting on a specific month rather than just saying, I'm going to do a draw and I'm going to assign everybody a month. It fills a whole lot faster. Every month I call everybody or text everyone and I collect their order that is a minimum of $30. I bring those orders to the show of whoever's turn it is, and we have whatever kind of show she wants to have. Let's say, for example, Melody Box is my hostess for March. Well, Melody I'm going to collect all of the other orders. I'm going to bring them to her show, and she is going to get all of those pre-sale orders for her show. But let's say she just wanted to do a 3-2-1. Well, I've got all these orders, and she's got 2 more girlfriends shopping. It's going to be a big 3-2-1 because we ended up with all those pre-sale orders from her Jewelry Lovers Club. So she can do whatever kind of show she wants to with it, a virtual show, a regular style session, a 3-2-1. She can do a fundraiser with it if she wants to. It really doesn't matter. It's totally up to her. She can even do a catalog show. And I've actually had probably one a year that wants to do a catalog show just because they're too busy, they don't have time. And that's perfectly fine too. They're outside orders, still coach them the same way. And they go through and still take part in the pre-show pre-bookings and pre-sales. So the shows are still great catalog shows. I've had $800 and $900 catalog shows with this club because of all the pre-sale orders and all of the excitement about it. The other nice thing about it is the hostess orders, all of the jewelry that is shipped, it actually comes to me. It all comes here because they don't all necessarily know one another. And I distribute it out to the ladies who are in the group. Tom and I get that out to everybody. And then the hostess gets her jewelry and anyone who came to her show. So just like a normal hostess, she's still going to be able to give those pieces out. But because it comes here first, I can put thank you notes in everybody's order. I can put next month's promotion in everybody's order, or I can put notes in there about the Jewelry Lovers Club and see if they maybe are interested in that. So that is another way to get more people interested in the Jewelry Lovers Club. Let's see, what's another thing on this that I get a lot of questions on? Yes, I do mail out some of the orders myself, but I find that it's very much worth it. It's not even close. These shows are way bigger, and it is totally worth my time and the expense that it takes to mail out 2 or 3 of the orders from the group because the shows are huge. We currently have, I'm looking up at my boards right now, 5 groups going at the time, and we have another one that will be starting next month. So I start a new group about every 2 months, and so we've always got 5 or 6 groups at a time going. So that's a guaranteed 5 or 6 shows every month that have all of their pre-sales and are still working on top of it. So they're great retail shows. That's a lot of kind of the meat really fast. I usually do a whole training just on Jewelry Lovers Club, but I can tell you this, I will answer any questions that are on here. Yes, Krista, you have to start this. You will love this. It is amazing. I also will post, I've got all kinds of flyers and tracking sheets and all kinds of things that I use for my Jewelry Lovers Club. I'll be happy to post all those files. You can use them, you can alter them, you can share them. This is a phenomenal group, and it has just completely changed our business. No, it is not my idea. I did not think this up. My beautiful friend Keiko Torgerson, who is in Alaska, shared this with me, and she is in a spot where she needed it. I mean, she's in Alaska and she's doing this business, and she was a top retailer in the country in January several years ago, and this made me ask her, how in the world did you do this? You're in Alaska. And she told me about her, she calls it the Hostess of the Month Club. I call it Jewelry Lovers Club because it takes that word hostess out of it, which tends to be a little bit of a block for some of my ladies. But she told me how her Hostess of the Month Club works. And oh my goodness, this has been a game changer. So thank you, Keiko. And I hope this blesses a lot of y'all. And if you have questions, please ask them. I would be happy to answer anything. I know that there are 1,000,001 ideas out there. And you know, these are just a few of the ones that have really helped us in the last year or so. And that's it. I really appreciate y'all's time, and thanks for having some interest. And I will be happy to answer any questions as you're typing them. I'll go back and read them all, and I'll answer as many as I can. God bless, and yeah, bye.